Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once more to the Crust. You're just tuning in on time as my rover is arriving at the radio traffic that is outside the research center. And let's just see what we can find on this very interesting point of view. There is a research facility at the crater. At the main entrance are numerous cargo containers marked with the logos of Graka and ASIL corporations. Drones are buzzing around and there are active conversations on the radio. Upon learning about the approaching rover, a radio call comes in. Hola, Director. I represent Graka, a company specializing in advanced agriculture. Don't be surprised by the activity on the airwaves. We and our partners are engaged in an active dispute over the rights to this facility. This research center was our joint project for the development of new types of extraterrestrial crops. After the disaster, some of the staff were evacuated and our esteemed partners decided to take advantage of the situation.
Greetings, Director. I represent
And this is
the
ASIL.
interests of the ACIL enterprise.
Director, in this situation, we can use the emergency powers Crust gave us to put pressure on the corporations. We can give the samples and with the equipment to one side of the conflict or the other, take it all back, or send a botanical specialist to reopen the facility to benefit our mission.
Difficult. I don't know how much more time passes until I have a specialist. Pick up the research subject materials, give the materials to construction concerns, hand over materials to the farmers. That could be a lot.
Giving the samples to the...
Right? If things continue like this, we'll become close allies. As a token of our gratitude, we'll give you a license for producing these crops. Oh,
Farmers are good guys. Now there'll be
apple trees on the moon. Alright, no props. Anything else here? Down here we need a lot of materials again. Modular frames is something I cannot produce yet, so let's put the rover down there. And in the base itself, we continue onwards as well. First thing of action that I want to do is another ore detector. So we have the titanium production over here. The problem is we're pretty limited by that, and I cannot expand any further. I cannot output more, right? And in this case here, I cannot also process more. So we're pretty much at the end here. We still need to consume titanium, and we need more titanium plates. So an ore detector it is, so that we have a bit more scanning in this area than off the map. There you go. It's always temporary, these detectors, right? Until we find new sources there. The ice is fine. Also rare earth metals is actually fine, but we don't have any hard rocks anymore. There is also still, what? Another silicon vein. This is tempting. I think we're also going to open up the silicon vein over here. Because why not? The only thing is really that we have another belt that goes through the whole base then, right? That's okay though. Build the belt, and it goes then, as you can see, all the way to the other side. Money. It costs a lot of money. I never considered the belts being a problem with my money. We need it. We need money somehow. We have a lot of factions to choose from, really a lot of them. And even the Martians are here. This is Titan, and there's the Martian. And they have also some pretty high demand. Europa. We don't have that much smart concrete. We're close to this, but it's a lot of resources. We are actually kind of like putting away. There's X-Space company. These look like gangsters, probably the cartel. There's Graka. We just made business with them. They need though something that I don't have. Energy cells. This is something we could think about. Yeah, I think we could do this. Let's accept. I just need a few more microprocessors that are coming out here. Takes a bit of more time. 2 more we need. And then we should be able to do this. Actually, it's also built me a second microcircuit factory. It's a bit slow here, isn't it? And I definitely want to produce more. It's a short distance, so it should be fine for my money. And then we have the input. Where exactly? Here's the input. There's the... Oh, this is not possible. Come on. Can't be that easy. This is a shame. This is possible though. Alright. And then we're getting another output here. Actually, it just needs to be a normal belt. It's cheaper, right? And with that, we're essentially doubling now our microcircuit production. I'm also a bit worried about my energy output, right? Production is totally fine. In the middle of the day, we have 84% energy again. It's really just about the output capacity. I still don't have the large battery. I'm not a fan of spamming the same building over and over again. We need a new battery storage area. We still also cannot salvage. That's crazy.
You can't build here.
Alright, so let's make the connection from here and then all the way here as well. There's plenty of space, but then still again I would love to salvage. The modular terminal factory is something we're actually going to need now. Large bulk storage will solve my slag for a little while longer till I have means of actually processing that. Fundamentals we're also still working. Elevator and repeater. Let's go ahead and do this. I wouldn't even know where we get the next productions. There's also an urgent contract coming in the Suez Canal. And I was right about the geographical location at least. It would be lots of credits, but it would also be lots of microcircuits. Cannot do this yet, but we are already doubling our output here now for the microcircuits. There's now my silicon slag. Oh, and the medical block has been finished as well. Another requisite that we need. Let's try to get some money in for the belts and sell stuff that we have. We have lots of rare earth metals. Is that worth anything? Unfortunately, it's not. The microcircuits we're going to sell anyway. Then we have still some components. They're actually selling quite fine. Yeah, let's sell those two. Tricky. Food we have now. Is food valuable? Not really. Still going to sell it. And lots of steel and concrete. Titanium we have at least a bit. That I can sell in some quantity. This is 69,000. This is nothing, unfortunately, right? It's not a lot of money. But one more microcircuit and then we can also finish the contract. That's another financial input. There it is. Very good. We have everything now and we can also send those resources for 100,000. Meanwhile, my ore detector has been finished, so let's just have a look. Please give me more titanium. Yes, this is really lucky. Thank you very much for this. Nothing here. Nothing here. Lots of hard rocks though. Alright, ice. We don't really need that right now. Aluminum. That's my second aluminum deposit. We are not mining aluminum yet. Nothing here. Alright, one more. Alright, one more. Then we are getting closer to that silicon there anyway. Nothing. Alright, at least we got this one. And at least I can start with another excavation over here to this Titan deposit. And the cool thing is, it's really right next to mine, right? So this is going to be great to combine. Let's just have this corridor going all the way up here. And take the hard rocks in here as well. And we're going to need, of course, some mining drones again. Right, should be enough money to build me at least a level 1 belt, so this is much cheaper. All the way to this area. We need to combine it then over here with my output. Let's have a tunnel. And we also finished our contract. Bit of money in addition. There's also my latest silicon coming out now. At least the regolith for it that we need for processing. Because those two refineries, this one's still not loaded fully, right? Processing it very quickly. Fundamental Science Lab. The next very important tech that we have. Now we should have both of them available. Let's just see what we need. For the medical... Oh, look at that. The medical block produces carbon nanotubes. Interesting. Cost-wise, we can easily do it. Have the medical block somewhere. Here, by the water production. And then we still need also the science lab. The fundamental science lab produces then 4 fundamental science points. It's not a lot, really. And it needs to be indoors only. And we're at the CPU limit again. So let's also build me some more of these here. Boy, the preparations are huge, right? So we have the maintenance shaft here now, and here the entrance then for the colonists. Preparations are huge for my first colony, really. I'm not going to expand this area yet. Right, we're just going to move then a few buildings around. Alright, repeater has been finished. This is interesting. The surface scanner provides a detailed mapping and compositional data of the surrounding area to locate pinpoints of interest and geological anomalies. So let's just have a look at that. There's the repeater. We can afford it. Yep. Ooh, it's huge. And let's place it somewhere outside here, out of my base, a bit further away perhaps. Get it wired up. And I have a feeling that we need also a bit more energy again. I'm curious about the fuel generator from hydrogen fuel. So we're producing the ice here, making it water. Do we not have any other tech support here for this one? Ice melter, oxygen we produce. There's no byproduct of hydrogen here. That is still a production that I need to find. Does it need to be upstairs here? Yes, it does. Yeah, we're getting a bit low there on electricity, really. In the meantime also, this corridor is coming along splendidly. We're now at the titanium deposit already. Nice new contract, South Wind Security Consulting Corporation. And they actually have a very low amount here of stuff that they need for a good amount of money. So let's just send them the titanium plates and the components. And finally, we have uncovered this titanium deposit here too. Let's get this done with a normal one again, because I think a normal one already has enough capacity then for the output. And just along here my other holes. Plus it would be very expensive to get this here with a level 2 conveyor belt all the way down. This goes then in here. The refinery is actually looking fine, so I think we're just going to build a second refinery next to it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, both of them are full. both of these furnaces. So we can actually expand this area and this area now a bit further. We need to unfortunately get rid of this belt here again, but this is just the slag belt, right? It continues to work even without it. And there's the whole new setup here now. Looks cleaner. We are going to have another bulk storage than over here for the slag. And of course what we then also need is once again another refinery. I think one more should be fine, or another furnace here. To make then also titanium ingots out of that. Since we also can theoretically boost them, and we have 200,000 credits at the moment, so this is okay. Let's make the connection. Expecting now the first ore then here soon, or the first, yeah, regolith. We have now the capacity to also build me that lab. Also get this one on its way now. That's pretty big construction there, right? Lots of materials once again, especially since we have quite a few other productions. Let's actually increase priority for this one. For this one, and this one. Want to get that titanium up as quickly as possible. Carbon fiber factory, very good. That's a new resource we can produce with that. And we also unlock the machinery now that allows me to produce rover scouts and cargo trucks. That's actually not that useful. I would love to construct more drones. Elevator is coming along right now, and hauling drone as well. We want to unlock a few more techs. So perhaps we find the scavenge or salvage salvage tech at some point.
Comprises a complex
Alright.
of buildings, including a large structure built into the crater wall, and several technical buildings in the vicinity. Preliminary scans indicate an inordinate number of people inside the residential block of the station. The facility is owned by the ACIL concern, and their representative is quick to get in touch with.
Hello, Director. I'm glad you're here. Could you support us by providing supplies and spare parts for repairs? There are more people at our station now than we'd planned, and we need help. After the disaster, tons of survivors started flocking to us from all over the area. But we don't have enough food or medicine to feed and treat them, and the life support system has started to wear out due to the increased load.
Survivors have gathered here, forced to huddle together in the cramped quarters of the small station and suffer from a shortage of food and medicine. We could assist them in their accommodating corporations for free, or offer to sell supplies to them. Alternatively, we could refuse to
Difficult.
provide
We
any
are
assistance.
short on money ourselves all the time, so I'm offered to help for money.
Well, Director, we agree with your
But
proposal.
they certainly have
Everything
money.
comes with a price, especially when it comes to food and medicine. It's fortunate that we were able to reach an agreement with the conglomerate, Director.
There's a new contract now available for us to fix this problem here as well. And also the station that we still need to repair. Alright, this is now finally in effect. Yeah, the extractor is also being finished now. And let's actually have this one upgraded then to produce more. Really? They built all the poles except for the last one. What is this? So that's a lot more titanium now. Also the slag is coming with it. Production has resumed. And there's also the pole now, please. There it is. So you should please be now able to extract. Alright, we are coming into the new night with only 56% energy loaded. Still also fully haven't finished yet these panels here. It was of course a very important contract, and this massive production here with for the repeater. That takes a lot of my resources right now. But of course energy is also important. Another urgent contract from the ACIL once more for 1300 smart concrete. We will not be able to do this. Let's not do it at all.
and ready to accept colonists. Still a lot of work ahead of us, Director.
Mission completed?
Director, we could use some additional drones. These little helpers do a great job with
Oh
logistics
yes, I would love them.
Drones can't compare in efficiency to the
However, drones are versatile. They can extract oxides from a vein or load capsules for sending contracts. Can a conveyor belt do that?
A conveyor belt can't extract oxides, but it can certainly handle delivering them to the next production module. And loading capsules can be automated with a flight control center. It's equipped with conveyor outputs specifically for this purpose.
I fully support Ratchet on this, Director. The more drones we have, the faster we can send orders, which means we'll make a profit and afford automation. There is an offer to sell drones and Crust solutions, but I suggest keeping an eye on market demand.
Alright, so we can actually purchase them? At the market, is that right? Yes, there they are. Expensive, but it would be possible to purchase the drones off the market. 2 for 60,000, let's do this. Since they're really valuable and we need them for a lot of stuff and we had the money just for this. And let's get the new inhabitants of Moon on here. There they are. My new workers. Alright, there's lots of new panels now coming for the coming night then. Hopefully that'll be enough. And also my fundamental science lab is finished. No staff yet. So it's important to get the staff in now somehow, finally. And I think we have a market for that, right? Hiring colonists. There it is. And with that, finally, ladies and gentlemen, we can go in and start getting colonists in. And of course, we need to get the right ones in, right? So we have the fundamental science here with the fundamental science lab. So I need someone that is good with fundamental science. So he would be good, but he's overweight. Moves slowly, eats more food, may have additional health problems. But he's the best in his class. He's a doctor of physics and mathematics. And he's got a good memory. I don't care about food that much, right? So it should be fine. Let's order this first colonist. And he was expensive, by the way. There's also a botanist here. Very good with farming. No good traits. Medical science. Very good with medicine. Implementer. Hardworking employee. This person can always be relied upon. Introverted though. Better self-learning ability, penalty to mood when working in a large team. Let's get those two in as well, right? Total cost is 65,000. And with that, we're getting the first colonists in. Waiting in the cargo pod. I wonder how long they can wait in there. Food-wise, we should be golden, right? We have 2 farms. And I'll just monitor this if it's enough. And if it's not, then we'll build another farm. The thing is with the farms, it's a good slag consumption too. So that's that. Let's get the colonists in. There they are. He doesn't look overweight. He looks very, very well trained. And warlocks we have too. Look at that. Those 3 buggers now joining. And yeah. Getting into my living quarters. They're a bit confused, it seems. Sir, you have to go to the left. Where are they going? They're going for the microcircuit factory, I think. Yes. Increasing its efficiency. Because there's nothing else they can do. We also have the one in the science lab. And that is Shane Axel right now there. Can we kind of like assign them to it? That would be better. So we got Reinhardt here. And he's going to research. The other ones are not going to research, right? He's not going to do anything else other than researching non-stop. I think that's going to be great. Because he's got the biggest boost of all of them. He's still here now. Get out. I said get out. He doesn't get out there. Even if I pause the factory. He's not very likely to move, right? Could take some time. There we have them now. Ladies and gents, we got people on the moon. We're not a fully autonomous colony anymore. Automated. How's it looking here? I think we will need another refinery. Yep. We need another refinery. That's great, actually. Means we have a good capacity. Alright, they're changing now positions. Right, yeah, go to bed. So they have now also their needs, right? Health, hunger, energy, comfort, and oxygen. They're not quite listening to what I tell them, though. Alright, there's something that needs to be here, though. Operator, Shane Axel. There's the food, perfect. And we're producing now those fundamentals in addition. Yeah, the night is almost over. We're at 16% energy. Let's build a few more panels. Oh, not enough CPU. Oh, the panels themselves need CPU as well. Ooh, that's not good. Alright. I should slow it down with my energy consumption now. Those two will do. And then we need to stop. I could also delete something, perhaps like the ore detector. This consumes a CPU power even if it's disabled. So with that, we should be able to use one more solar panel, right? No, it needs 3 power. Holy cow. Alright. Right, let's do some contracts again. The Society of Metis needs, I think, titanium plates. We have lots of them. So we can actually send the resources right away. We get a bit of coin out of this. And I think we have 2 active contracts now. That means I cannot take a new one, right? I can take a new one. Alright. So the main mission contract does not count towards the limit that I have right now. Components. That's only science though. I always want to get at least some money in there as well. Because we constantly need a lot of money. High volume stuff though, really. 25 microcircuits. We have 32. I accept. Let's also send the resources over right away. And my main contract, by the way. That's these composites. I have no idea how we produce them yet. Tech-wise, elevator is coming along. Modular factory is then coming along. Still no scavenge or salvage, right? Machinery, cargo, fuel factory, and in the social tree, yeah, let's go with a better irrigation system too. And the refrigerator can store large amounts of food and medicine. This would be probably also a next. Alright, I will also with the latest extractor need more refineries. I think I'm actually going to put in 2 refineries right away. We're also looking good on the charge power now this time around again, right? 80% it is, so much better than before. Let's just go ahead and make this also a bit cleaner here. So with the slag especially, you have a bit of a problem there for me. And then we're just going to have the refineries input and the slag output. I would really not like to congest it too much though, right? Let's actually have them in a distance here of 2 each. This is not possible, so once again we need to find a way of fixing this a bit. This is still all very finicky, unfortunately, right? So sometimes it takes turned to the right when I was specifically going to the left. But okay. And then, of course, we want to make the connection here. This one comes out here, and this one comes out here. Right, and this one gets... Now, the thing with the slag, in this case here, is I don't want to have slag going through all the refineries, right? It will congest the refineries more and more, I think. So what I'm doing instead is we're going to have a tiny storage for slag up here, right? We can squeeze this in conveniently because there's not going to be any other belt in here. And we're going to say that these two are having the output then into this one, and these two are having the output then into this factory here, right? That consumes the slag then as well. Alright, another very interesting tag that we have unlocked now is the Flight Control Center allows you to supervise orbit logistics and send and receive cargo pods equipped with conveyor outputs for efficient resource management. Does it mean that we can automatically sell resources then with conveyor belts? That would be great. Let's actually do this in. By the way, my repeater has been finished. A massive building. Took quite some time and consumes a lot of electricity. So let's hope that it's worth it. Right, it's now hopefully scanning, or do we have an action? Doesn't look like it. What does it do now exactly? I know it does scan the surrounding area. There's no a special button for it though. No idea what it does. Until then, I'm actually going to pause it because it's consuming way too much electricity. So what's going on here? We still need the silicon. We have 40 silicon in. Why is no one building this one? They're too busy with other things. And there they are in all their glory now working too. Essentially doubling our silicon oxide output. So hopefully, first of all, we produce more smart concrete with that, of course, because there's just way more input now. And also we produce more normal silicon here because both of them were not fully utilized yet. This one here at 73 efficiency. That should add up more. And if it's clogging up, then we can just build another one. Would of course also be quite nice now to have more slag then. So there we have the slag in, right? This one's already starving for slag. After all, this might be something. Yep, why not? Actually, you know what? Let's not do it like this. But rather have the belt going over there, because they're empty. That's more slag now. Also going to build me my first large storage deposit for the metal it is, because this one's actually full now. And we do need more storage anyway. The same goes actually also with the smart concrete. This one's almost full now. So I'm also going to place me a large one here. And with that we can take on then bigger contracts as well, right? Let's actually have then a belt, and we can also use this belt here. $2,000 it is, so 5 times more, 4 times more. That's okay. Let's also just empty this one here again before it gets full. Oh yeah, we need more slag. The input is so high, the demand for it, that we actually need more slag. We could use the output of the iron, right? It's a bit messy here once again. Getting this one over. But totally doable. Let's, by the way, also move my drone configuration module. going to have this a bit further away from everything. So with that we have the space, and with that we can actually have then the output, because there is the slag here, right? And with all of that, we're also coming in closer to the first 1000 of smart concrete, very important for the future contracts. Energy is also looking fantastic. We're actually going to get the batteries full on this day, right? With all the charging now again. So this will solve as well. I still hope we get the salvage at some point here now, because I would really like to clean up some stuff here. Also, there's resources that we can get. Other than that, yeah, new productions await probably. If you enjoyed this Let's Play enough, I will evaluate after this episode, and then we continue into the next adventures. The Crust. Stay tuned.